Now from CBS47 Eyewitness News, protecting your family from lead danger hiding in your home. In partnership with the County of Fresno Department of Health, CBS47 Eyewitness News investigates lead poisoning prevention.
Eyewitness News investigates. You have probably heard of lead poisoning, but what exactly is it? And how can you protect your family? Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Malloy.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. These are the questions we'll be answering as we delve into the risks posed for Valley residents, along with ways you can prevent lead poisoning. For homeowners, it's something that could cause problems for the youngest members of their family. But as CBS 47 investigative reporter Angela Greenwood shows us, there are many ways to detect and combat lead poisoning in and around your home.
Well, chances are, if you live in a home built before 1978 like this one, your home has some lead-based paint in and outside of it, and that can make its way into your or your child's system. So what can you do if you live in an older home and are worried about lead poisoning? Well, there are a lot of steps you can take.
Anything built before 1978 was allowed to have lead in residential paint.
And that's where major risks come in at older homes across Fresno County. Amy Dobbernin with the Fresno County Health Department walked us through this one in Selma, built in the 1950s.
We find and look for things that cause the paint to be hazardous, like deterioration, sanding, scraping, hydroblasting. Those things make the lead paint hazardous. So I'm seeing some paint chipping and coming loose because there's some dry rot.
Chipped and peeling paint around the exterior.
If you look up straight up at the eaves, that paint's starting to actually come off and fall.
And all it takes is a paint chip to fall and hit the ground.
Then over time, it basically gets ground in, and it never deteriorates. Lead does not degrade or disappear.
And you could have lead-contaminated soil, a huge concern if young children are running around and playing outside.
A lot of kids really like young kids. They can actually consume it. Yeah. They like soil.
But Dobbernin says the most common source of lead poisoning in children, well, let's go take a look inside.
Okay.
See what we're working with there. Comes from inside the home.
And these old double-hung windows are a source of leaded dust. And so when we raise this window, it's going to grind some of this paint, and that ground paint kind of turns into a fine powder. You can't really see it. And then the children touch these windowsills. You can see it on my hand, and they put their hands in their mouth, and that's the most common way children get lead poisoned.
Wow, very interesting. So you just touching this right here and getting it on your hands, I mean, is that risky?
Well, for an adult, we only absorb 10% of the lead we're exposed to. A developing child absorbs about 50% of the lead they're exposed to, so up to age 6.
The health department only responds to homes if a child's blood test has come back with high levels of lead. And when they do, officials use this detection gun to test levels.
It uses radiation. What it does is it pushes radiation into the paint. If there's lead present, it'll detect the lead, even if it's buried 20 layers below the top lead surface. So that's really important.
There are also less high-tech testing mechanisms, similar to ones folks can find themselves at home improvement stores. So this is clear.
It's clear.
We lucked out, but not many homes do. So what can you do if yours has high levels of lead? For the windowsills, Dobbernin says the ultimate goal would be to replace the windows altogether. A more economical solution, though, is also a very simple one.
Cleaning. You can prevent your child from being lead poisoned in some cases just by wet wiping and wet mopping on a routine basis.
For contaminated soil, she says your best bet is to cover it.
Plant grass over it.
Is that it?
That's it.
And as for that chipping paint, she says stay away from sanding or peeling or removing it on your own.
Don't disturb it.
Okay.
Because you want to use lead-safe practices. So if you're going to sand this paint is going to fall to the ground.
The health department will gladly educate anyone on the safe removal and handling of lead-based paint. Dobbernin says parents, though, need to be proactive and call with any questions or concerns. So the goal is really to not have to get you guys involved and to have to
We want to prevent it. We don't want to see you here in your home. We want to prevent you from getting lead poisoned.
In Fresno County, Angela Greenwood, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Joining us now with more insight on lead poisoning is health educator Letitia Berber. Thanks for joining us. So exactly what is lead poisoning and how does it happen?
Yeah, lead poisoning is when someone ingests or breathes in the lead. Lead is a heavy metal. It can be grinded into dust. It can be grinded into paint. It can be grinded into food and other products. So when this food is eaten, this dust is inhaled, that individual can become lead exposed or even lead poisoned.
So if someone is exposed to lead or is suffering from poisoning, what happens after they're given that diagnosis?
What happens is it all depends on the level of lead found in the body. If it's between 5 and 9, we do some type of case management over the phone, education. If it's higher than 20, we do an investigation, just what Amy was explaining there. We go into the home, we look for that source that was causing the lead poisoning. This is a childhood lead poisoning prevention program with the Fresno County. We do investigations on children that have high levels of lead.
So what is the role of the health department in preventing lead poisoning?
We have many strategies on how to prevent lead, and that is to do outreach. Lots of outreach out in the community. Education to medical providers, education to nurses, education to our parents, to how to detect lead in their home or around their daily lives.
Okay. And again, I mean, if somebody does think that they may have lead in their home or may have been exposed to it somewhere else, the best thing to do is to contact the health department.
The best thing to do if you do see these symptoms, or if you live in a home that was built before 1978,
right,
call your doctor. Call your doctor, consult with your doctor, ask for a lead test. The doctor are required to test children under the age of 6 during their 12-month physical and during their 24-month physical.
Well, you mentioned children, and one of the things we saw in that report is they're more at risk for all this.
That is right. Yeah, as you saw the window really low,
yes,
children will run to the window, put their little fingers on the dust, and those fingers will go to the mouth, and that's one way they can get lead poison.
All right, Letitia Berber, thanks for taking the time to join us.
You're welcome.
Well, we've talked about some of the dangers around the home, but lead poisoning comes in many forms. Coming up, we'll show you how to know if something may be contaminated and the products to watch out for.
Phoenix was the best decision I ever made.
There are some things diet and exercise can't change.
I did a lot of research. The results that I saw on the Phoenix website were unbelievable. The before and afters made me excited to get it done.
You can have the body you want if you contact Phoenix now for a free consultation.
When I saw my reflection, I was overcome with happiness and confidence.
Go to AthenixBody.com. Check out the amazing before and after pictures. Then contact Phoenix for a free consultation.
You love all-day breakfast.
I love all-day breakfast.
But you didn't love that you couldn't get all your favorites all day. But now you love that you can get more all day, like
McGriddles.
So you'll have to find something else to not love, like that itch you can't scratch. Or when people use speakerphone in public.
Seriously, you can't tell a soul.
I promise I won't tell anyone.
For real, okay?
Or accidentally watching episode 4 before you've seen episode 3.
When did DeAndre become an alien?
Get more choices you love, now with all-day breakfast.
You know all the bad things you can get from smoking a cigarette. But did you know that smoking a joint can get you a DUI? And never mix a pint with that pot. DUI doesn't just mean booze.
Over 1 million Californians have gotten something that's been out of reach for far too long. Health insurance. How? They enrolled through Covered California. It's the health insurance marketplace where you'll find a range of plans from leading health insurance companies that offer you the best combination of quality, rates, and benefits. And through Covered California, you may get financial help to pay for coverage. To have health insurance starting January 1st, you need to enroll by December 15th. Visit coveredca.com today.
Now that's the spirit. A free topping for everyone from Me and Ed's.
This December, buy a large 3-topping pizza for just $11.95 and get a 4th topping for free. Only from Me and Ed's.
At Ashley Home Store, hurry into our holiday savings event. Buy more, save more, up to 30% store-wide, or get 5 years no interest on sofas, bedrooms, and dining sets. Ashley Home Store. This is home. Shop now at ashleyhomestore.com.
Exposure to lead contamination doesn't come just from paint or dust. Sometimes it can come from products that are geared toward children.
Now, the Fresno County Department of Public Health shows our Connie Tran some of the items that parents should look out for to keep their children safe from lead.
This swab stick, produced by science company 3M, tests to see if there is lead in products simply by a rub. Fresno County Health Education Specialist Valerie Martinez demonstrated if the swab turns red, there is lead. The swab on this crystal baby bottle turned bright red, an indication of a very high lead level.
This is leaded crystal, and people put candies in there so the kids get the candy, and the lead leaches from the crystal into the candy, so that's how they can get poisoned as well.
Martinez displayed an array of other products contaminated with lead, products that could be found in your home, like painted ceramic mugs and bowls.
Not cook with them, not use them at all. I mean, you could maybe use them to hold flowers.
Or candies popular in the Hispanic community. Martinez says the way the chili powder of this candy was manufactured was by old machinery in Mexico that uses gasoline laced with lead.
And then here we have a toy that some of the paint had lead on it, so this was a recalled toy.
Martinez says it only takes a Staples size of lead to poison a child. She warns foreign-made toys are likely the ones to have lead because regulations on the metal aren't as strong as in the United States.
So it could be imported from China, imported from Mexico.
And then we have sports action figures.
Chris Gaboyan owns the sport card and toy store Bases Loaded near Sean Marks in Fresno. He prides himself on not selling items loaded with lead.
A lot of times we'll buy toys from the companies like Hasbro, Mattel, Funko, and typically they're on top of things so things don't get recalled.
But he says they do buy antique figurines from customers to resell. In that case, they still want to make sure it's not contaminated with any toxic materials.
At times, the older figures might be a little more difficult to tell, so what we do, we get online and look at, there's a number of websites around that you can tell for where recalls are.
Gaboyan says from a parent's perspective, lead poisoning from toys and candies is a scary concept. That is why he often checks websites like recalls.gov and follows the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission's website. The Fresno County Health Department says the CPSC is the best resource to find out if a product in your home has been recalled due to high levels of lead. For example, just this past August, the agency recalled this M&M's branded jewelry because it, quote, can contain high levels of lead. Lead is toxic if ingested by young children and can cause adverse health issues.
The only way to find out if a child has lead poisoning is to have them tested at their doctor's office.
Martinez says the best way to prevent lead poisoning is to educate yourself and be careful when you bring imported products into your home, especially if you have kids. Connie Tran, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
So what do you do if you think your child has been exposed to lead?
Still to come, we talk with one mother who's faced that question and the steps you can take for your child.
More Furniture's 21% off final Black Friday. More doorbuster specials and 21% off our guaranteed low prices. This is it, the final 21% off Black Friday. This weekend only at More Furniture for Less.
Of all the things you might be thinking about right now, having an emergency heart procedure today is probably not one of them. But at St. Agnes Medical Center, we're always prepared for the unthinkable. So the good news is, while you're thinking about your life, so are we. St. Agnes Medical Center.
Crispy bacon. Canadian bacon. Pepper bacon. That's 3 kinds of bacon times 1 pizza, which equals a bazillion compliments, roughly. Bring home a large Papa Murphy's Bacon Pizza. Just $11 and save even more when you order at papamurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. KBB.com's best value brand. Hurry in to the Happy Honda Day sales event and discover the Civic, Fit, and HR-V. Right now at your Honda dealer.
Holiday Mattress Specials at More Furniture for Less. This power head-up adjustable foundation with memory foam mattress only $7.99. Or choose a head and foot adjustable with 10-inch memory foam mattress only $9.99. Bring more home this season with holiday specials from More.
When Eyewitness News investigates, we give you important information that impacts lives.
Investigating teenage sex trafficking and the Valley youth fighting for their lives.
I felt scared, gotten death threats.
A new plan for cleaner Fresno water from the team of experts leading the charge.
We were concerned that Fresno was not another Flint.
And how legal weed could change your life, whether you use it or not.
This really is about money, not marijuana.
Eyewitness News investigates on CBS47 Eyewitness News. Well, for some Valley families, they don't get the chance to prevent lead poisoning before tragedy strikes.
According to local health officials, in the past 3 months alone, there have been 13 cases of lead poisoning in children in Fresno County, and the symptoms can be serious, ranging from seizures to even death. CBS 47's Megan Roop shows us how to protect your children.
Like any mom, Laurel Hager loves her son. He just turned 13. She'd do anything for him. But when Hager thought her entire family may have been exposed to lead, she was as concerned as any mom would be, especially for her son.
I started thinking about any and every ailment he's ever had, skin rashes, hives when he was younger. My brain was just going over, could any of this be, attributed to the lead? He was sick a lot.
Hager and her son both had their blood tested for lead. Thankfully, neither had discernible levels of the substance in their blood.
But I know the blood tests only go back 6 weeks, and we've been dealing with this since 2004.
According to nurses, when it comes to lead, any amount is serious.
There's no safe level of lead.
T. Tran is with the Fresno County Department of Public Health. She says lead poisoning can cause many symptoms, some more common.
Constipations, poor appetite, difficult sleeping, nausea, vomiting.
Others scary.
Muscle weakness and seizures.
The more lead is ingested, the more serious the symptoms, according to Tran. She says that lead can also stay in your body, absorbing into your bones and blood for years down the line. But if your child does get sick, there are things you can do, starting with vitamins.
Most of those preventative vitamins can be found in your local grocery store.
Tran says if your child's lead level is below 45 microliters, an amount nurses say isn't even visible to the human eye, then the answer lies in your kid's diet.
High in vitamin C, iron, and calciums.
All found in foods or edible vitamins. Tran recommends a doctor's consultation for those. If the lead in your child's system is above that amount, Tran says they may need more medical treatment to get the lead out of the body, like chelation therapy.
And it helps the child to excrete it by going to the bathroom.
Otherwise, Tran says the lead can affect your child long term.
It causes the kids to be so hyperactive that they cannot pay attention, they cannot sit still.
Tran recommends having children ages 1 to 6 tested each year.
Does your child need a lead blood test?
Hager is thankful her son tested okay. Nurses are warning all to be watchful. Megan Roop, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Coming up, we'll sit down with that nurse you just saw in studio with more tips on how to stay safe and lead-free.
Black Friday sell-a-thon savings are still going on at Keller Ford in Hanford. Drive out of here in a new 2016 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew and save $9,300 off MSRP. Keller Ford supports Coach for Kids. Contribute now. We'll match it 1 for 1. Keller Ford Lincoln, Hanford.
Barry Furman here, Black Bear Diner. Everyone loves a good old-fashioned Black Bear Diner breakfast, any time of day. But nothing beats early morning breakfast. Scott and his kids like to get there right when we open, even before the bears wake up.
We love breakfast at Black Bear Diner. Kids say let's get there while the bears are still sleeping. I've even had to carry them out to the car in their PJs.
I know the feeling. Man, I thought bears only hibernated in the winter.
Black Bear Diner.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks!
Thanks for not just selling me tires.
Thanks for running out to my car to greet me.
Like, running.
Thanks for checking my brakes for free.
For fixing my flat for free.
And being just hassle-free. For talking to me like an intelligent human being.
Thanks for getting my truck ready for the mountains.
And fixing the flat I got on 99. For free. So thanks.
Thanks. Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Looking for a new ride? See over 200 used cars, trucks, and SUVs at michaelauto.com. Interest rates as low as 1.9%. One-owner trade-ins and a large selection of factory-certified used. Money-back guarantee available on every unit in stock, plus a free Carfax. Get the right vehicle at the right price at Michael Chevrolet, Fresno's largest Chevrolet dealer. With over 200,000 satisfied customers since 1985. Find new roads. For the right vehicle at the right price, visit Michael today.
It's the story of EYEWITNESS.
This year, Christmas is coming a little bit early because Elf, one of the funniest and very bestest holiday hits ever, is coming to town as a big, jolly musical. The New York Times says Elf is splashy, peppy, sugar-sprinkled holiday entertainment. But the holiday cheer is only here for a limited time. So embrace your inner Elf and buy tickets today.
December 14th and 15th at the Soroyan Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Black Friday sell-a-thon savings are still going on at Keller Ford in Hanford. Drive out of here in a new 2016 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew and save $9,300 off MSRP. Keller Ford supports Coach for Kids. Contribute now. We'll match it 1-for-1. Keller Ford Lincoln, Hanford.
Welcome back. Joining us with more tips on what you can do if you think your family member may have been exposed to lead is public health nurse T. Tran. Thank you so much for being with us, T.
Thank you.
So we saw you in the last segment talking about some of the dangers and how to treat lead poisoning. But if you could, just go over once again what parents should do if they think their child has been exposed.
If the parents think the child has been exposed to lead, they should consult the doctor of the child and have a blood lead test done.
And what are some of the symptoms, if a parent at home is wondering about this, what are some of the symptoms that they might look for?
The sign and symptom of lead poisoning can be hyperactivity, lack of appetite, lack of sleep, they cannot fall asleep, and nausea, vomiting, constipation. And if the blood lead level gets really high, it can lead to coma and even death.
Wow, so very serious consequences. We were hearing about some of the numbers from this past year, somewhere around 13 cases. Do you think some people, kind of think lead poisoning is a thing of the past, that it's something that we don't have to worry about anymore?
No, I think lead poisoning is still a problem right now. And for case management right now, we have 26 cases.
Wow.
And because the state has lowered the criteria for case management to meet the case management, so the case has gone up to 26.
Okay. And when you get a new case, do you keep track of it? It sounds like we've had 13 cases, as Lindsay just referenced. Is the trend going up or is leveling out or what?
No, it's because the level to meet the criteria for case management has gone down.
Okay.
So that's why the case has gone up.
So more people qualify
to be
considered poisoned or
higher lead
levels. Okay, okay. Right. And I guess any more tips that you have for parents and people of any age?
So if you think you are living in a house that are before 1978 with chipping paint and peeling paint, just use wet wipes, wet mopping, and do not sweep because the lead dust can be in the air and the child can breathe it in or inhale it in.
Okay. T. Tran, thank you so much for joining us.
And we'll be right back.
Look, you can refinance and pull cash out of your house with absolutely no closing costs. Why are you paying high interest rates for a car loan, credit card, or anything else you can think of? Your house is your bank. Make the cash call at 877-890-CASH.
Over 1 million Californians have gotten something that's been out of reach for far too long. Health insurance. How? They enrolled through Covered California. It's the health insurance marketplace where you'll find a range of plans from leading health insurance companies that offer you the best combination of quality, rates, and benefits. And through Covered California, you may get financial help to pay for coverage. To have health insurance starting January 1st, you need to enroll by December 15th. Visit coveredca.com today.
Here's some expert advice from YourCentralValley.com's health calls.
People who suffer from chronic breathing problems, nasal congestion, or constant colds need to see an allergist. Call me, Dr. Arminian, for an appointment today.
Entering the gates of hell where there's no Wi-Fi and no shows, AKA grandma's. Really? Ooh, look at that.
Paige, come check this out. What?
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal!
Investigative journalism. Honored with the Murrow and Emmy Award. Eyewitness News investigates.
By now you should know. Drink and drive. Get a DUI. But did you know that some medication can get you one too? And never mix those pills with a pint. Check the label before you pop that pill. DUI doesn't just mean booze.
Look, you can refinance and pull cash out of your house with absolutely no closing costs. Why are you paying high interest rates for a car loan, credit card, or anything else you can think of? Your house is your bank. Make the cash call at 877-890-CASH.
Thank you for joining us as we bring awareness of the dangers of lead in our community. If you still have questions, there are lots of resources available.
For an up-to-date list of recalled items, you can go to cpsc.gov. For more on how to prevent poisoning, just head to cdc.gov. And for more frequently asked questions, cdph.ca.gov. Locally, you can reach out to the Fresno County Department of Public Health. Their number on your screen, area code 559-600-3590. And for more information or to see any of these stories again, just go to our website, YourCentralValley.com.
And that's going to do it for us. We hope these tips help you and your family stay safe.